You know, I've never bought a shotgun. This is my very first shotgun, and technically it's not a purchase. Lovely wife gave me this Remington 870 for my recent birthday, and all my shotguns I've inherited. But the reason I wanted a Remington 870 was because our good friend and consultant, David the Marine...
Let me see your war face! You got a war face?
...has mentioned on more than one occasion what a very decent self-defense weapon this can be. Especially with some aftermarket modifications, which I plan to make to the gun. They're almost as expensive as the gun, but I'll take you on that journey in subsequent chapters of Firearms Friday. Today I wanted to demonstrate just how effective this weapon can be, not necessarily at short ranges, but at long ranges as well.
Okay, Lee, what we're going to do, we're going to shoot these 4 plates down. You have 4 rounds of birdshot, and then that silhouette target is about 25 yards away. And we'll be shooting a 3-inch double-aught buck round at that. So we'll see what that looks like with a modified choke. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Go!
I was aiming high.
A little bit. You had 12 pellets in the 3-inch shell, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I got to be honest with you, at 25 yards, I was anticipating more of a drop, which is why I aimed high. Don't have to do that, do we?
Here are the hits on the plates. Edge that one, but that's the beauty of a shotgun. You have to be exactly right on there. But not bad. Those are your first shots out of that shotgun ever.
First shots out of that gun ever. And I like it. I'm really happy with it. I think I'd shot yours before, but I don't know that I've ever shot a Remington 870 like that, ever. So,
well, brand new out of the box. I mean,
it literally out of the box. I put it together yesterday. So.
I think you did good.
So, David, you've shot through your rounds and you're empty, but you still got somebody coming after you. How do you suggest you reload, or is there a technique that you can use?
There's a technique. The best one, I think, is you come up underneath it. You grab the round like that, kind of between those 2 fingers. Come up like this, just kind of wipe it in, and go forward and out.
And you're done.
And that's not too bad at 25 yards.
And there we are. Quick reload, quick fire.
At 25 yards, I think you're going to like that ammo.
Yeah.
It's holding together pretty good.
Now the buckshot, again, that's double-aught you got in there?
It's double-aught. The 3-inch shell has 12 pellets, 33 caliber pellets, and they're going about 1,300 feet a second.
Okay, that's a lot faster than I thought.
Now we can back this up to 40 yards and see how that same round holds together. Okay, practice combat load at 40 yards. We'll do a double-aught buck. And follow that up with a slug.
That had a little punch.
On both ends. Let's take a look.
Okay, you can clearly see where the slug is. And the rest is the buckshot.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, maybe 7.
Yeah.
They're spread out. At 40 yards, that is not bad at all, but that's why you have a slug. And what is a slug? A slug is a single piece of lead, about 750 grains, about 3/4 of an inch in diameter. Heading their way.
Yeah.
And you can hit it with this, up to 200 yards if you do some work with it. 100 yards is easy. After that, just a matter of practice. And a shotgun, you can control a 200 yard to 300 yard radius around you.
And that's another good thing, is you can load up the different types, the different rounds.
Right. Of course, the question comes, well, okay, I need a performance of a slug, but all I have is birdshot. What can I do? We have some options. We'll do those next. You need a slug performance, but you don't have the slug with you. Now again, we're talking strictly self-defense kind of situations. This is 7.5 inch shot. What do? Well, it's called the cut shell.
Cut shell.
And what you do is you cut just through the outer part of the shell, and you carefully load it into the gun and shoot it, and it will go out as a single slug, basically. So we'll cut this and we'll try that and see what it looks like.
You didn't quite cut all the way through?
I cut all the way through the outer hull.
Okay.
Then the good news is you can get a slug performance out of a shot shell. The bad news is it's a little
unstable.
You know, you have to be loaded carefully, so you have to kind of, you know, you don't cut these in advance and put them in your pocket because you're going to have, you know, a bunch of half shells in your pocket.
Emergency situation, or
exactly.
But you carefully loaded it. See what she does.
I'm curious what the pattern on the steel is going to be, because when it gets there, all the pellets are going to spray out.
Let's go have a closer look.
There's the half shell. So,
and that's what it looks like afterwards.
Yeah, the whole front half of the shell went out. Well, it did not hit as a single unit, but it did keep the pellets together long enough
to get them over here,
to change the guy's mind. You probably noticed that the cut shell is quite fragile. So you put it in your pocket, it's coming out in all kinds of parts and components. If you had the time to plan ahead, you can put some melted wax, or beeswax in this case, kind of do the same thing. It keeps the shot together, and you know it's still the solid shell. So we can try the same thing, see how that looks.
Kind of did the same thing.
Did the same thing, but it's a pretty tight pattern.
It still is,
25 yards.
Yeah.
It's always best to use a proper ammo for the proper application.
Yeah.
This is just, if that's all you got, that's all you got. But it's always best to have the best and correct ammo.
A minute ago I mentioned some of the aftermarket modifications you can make to a basic shotgun, and here's one that's been done.
This is an extended magazine tube, increases your capacity. I got 7 in one, I got 8 rounds ready to go, fully loaded. This is peep sights, Ashley Express peep sights. It gives you the quickness of a bead, but with precision of a rifle sight. I got a dome safety, it's a little bit easier to take off. You take it off with the middle of your finger. Got the sling on it. Other than that, it's a pretty basic gun.
The sling and I think the extended magazine are what I want to do to mine.
Right.
And then I'll start experimenting with the shorter barrels. I guess the shorter barrel makes it easier to carry if you're in a kind of a tight concealed situation.
Well, it depends how tall you are.
Well, yeah.
but if you're in the house and a shorter shotgun barrel makes it easier to maneuver.
Yeah.
Hit pause real quick. We could put this barrel on this gun, and you're going to save about, what, at least 8-10 inches there.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, let's do that. Okay, we put on the 18-inch barrel in about 30 seconds.
It makes a big difference in the balance.
We'll see how it performs. We'll do the same thing we started out with. We got the plates here, and then we'll go, we're going to do birdshot on the far one.
Ready?
Go ahead. Let's see what that looks like.
Wow.
It's all over the target, but it's all over the target. I mean,
and this is with no choke.
Well, improved cylinder. It's a very, very little choke. So it does have some, but not near what the other barrel has.
But again, that's the diversity of a shotgun. It's a lot more diverse than you think. It's not just for hunting.
Right. It's a handy gun. Yeah. It's a very versatile gun. You just have to learn to maximize the versatility of the gun to suit you.
Now that we're done killing zombies and terrorists, it's time to have a little fun.
Pull!
A lot of fun.
That's how you do that.